interception ratio?
Ratio?
How many touchdowns did Drake May have?
He had, I want to say 14, 15 touchdowns and like 7, 8 tugs.
I thought he had like 10 touchdowns, 7 picks.
No, it wasn't.
No, he wasn't getting 2 gloves.
Hold on, I got it in front of me. Actually, I got that in front of me.
He had like 15 and like, I thought he had like 15.
Before he had 11 and 7.
Hey, no matter how you cut it, man, to a degree, Carlos was hoping on dreams and maybe they'll get him. Now, how dare you tell me?
It's crazy. He got it.
Hold on. Trades happen every draft. Patrick.
Yeah, but hold on. Listen. I'm gonna stand on my square, but hold on. Everybody who thought the Jaguars was gonna trade up? Anybody?
Nobody thought it.
Exactly. And I'm sorry. So did Dual Carter or Hunter make it a 5?
Sometimes you say, man, I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
Yes and no. Did they make it a 5?
No, but the Jags made it to him.
Exactly. Now, hey, hold on. Now, what I will ask Carlos is, would you have given up what the Jaguars gave up to go get him?
Patrick, you talking bush hash?
What they gave up?
Was Carlos' pick correct? Yes or no?
No.
He did want it, Travis Hunter.
At pick 5, no, he wanted him, and I stood by that. I said you could get one of them, right? Did I not say that? On the list, I put.
You're not gonna get 3 top 5 picks.
Come on, man.
But what I'm saying, what basically what they saying, and I agree, Pat. He was right because he may have made an unrealistic expectation, but he got that expectation.
Now,
I'm trying to see the vision.
Hey, what Harry at?
Harry here again.
All right, Harry. So Drake May dropped 15 tugs and 10 interceptions.
That's fucking terrible.
Pro bowler, bro.
That's not too bad for a rookie now.
10 interceptions?
That's a rookie. They meant to 29.
Now, okay. Hold on.
How many interceptions did CJ Stroud throw his first year? How many interceptions did Purdy throw his first year? I can go down the list.
Purdy. Why would Purdy? Why are we talking about Purdy?
I'm just saying, Drake made his ass.
All right, so check this out. Hold on. All right, top boys. All right, so we already know Cam Ward went number 1, Travis Hunter went 2, Abdul Carter went 3. We already know where the Patriots going, the direction. I say Shador's going to the Browns. All right, now y'all boys check this out. Why the pick coming in? Okay, so we got one quarterback who threw 20 tuds and 6 interceptions, right? For 3,500 miles. Okay, 3,500 yards. We got 20 and 6 for 35, and then we got another quarterback for 15 touchdowns and 10 interceptions with 2,027 yards. Who y'all taking?
That's a trick question.
You said one quarterback that threw for how many yards? I heard both of the touchdowns. 20. You said 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Then you said 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. How many yards on each?
Right. And the 1,500 tugs had 2,000 yards, and the 20 tugs had 35. Who you taking?
Hold on. The pick is in. We already know. Everybody
Come
on now, they go on.
The only curveball right now has been the Jaguars, and then
everybody. Okay.
What you about to say?
All right.
So far, everybody's pick is right, but it's the team.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now I think they gave them a future first, their second, a fourth, and a lot more to trade up.
They gave a next year first, they gave a second and a fourth, and their first round. That's a lot. That's a lot of draft capital.
Why would you not go? You could totally go Shedeur now, or trade up in the back end.
Honestly, they got a lot of options. They got a lot of routes they can go. They got so many picks now.
Think about how many.
They got to go Shedeur.
Now think how many holes that the Jaguars have. And you can say it, but I'm not going for the whole he's playing corner and wide receiver. Makes total sense. I'm not hearing that, man.
We got to see that NFL level if you can do that. I'm sorry.
Like I said, he's not a good corner. He's not a good wide receiver.
He just does both. You saying?
Yeah.
I will say this. If the Jaguars had pick 2 back then, because remember that was almost a month and a half ago. If they had pick 2 then, I would have been like, all right, Carlos, you got it. And even then, it don't even matter if it doesn't even matter if Carlos was right or wrong. He still quit just because. How dare I not agree with you? All right, so
but that's one way to look at it.
And he said, and he would say the same. Well, I don't. You don't have to agree with me. You don't agree with me? Fine. I don't want to be here because you want to change my answer.
That's why you argue your position.
Exactly.
You argue it.
I didn't say, Carlos, you can't leave. Fine, kick me off then. What are you, 6? All right,
Carlos ain't.
All right, now again. All right, one quarterback is 3,500, 20 tuds, and 6 interceptions. All right.
35, 26.
And the other quarterback is 2,200, 15 and 10.
So why Drake, man? Who's the other quarterback?
I think it's C.J. Stroud.
So the other one's probably Pat Mahomes.
No, most quarterbacks didn't throw over 35 touchdowns, which says a lot.
Crazy.
Hey, it's only 2. And one is Baker Mayfield.
No, I'm not doing
Oh, who the Browns going? The Browns pick is in.
I'm telling you, it's got to be quarterback. It's got to be quarterback. Why else would you trade down? It's trade down, get a bunch of picks, and take the quarterback.
And you get less money too.
And the
for a quarterback.
The other quarterback is tied for 15 with 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Who you taking?
That's Jalen Hurts. That's Jalen Hurts.
Who you taking? I'm not going with that. Who you taking?
I'm going option 1. Just off the bat. Yeah.
The most touchdowns?
He got more touchdowns, less interceptions, more yards.
Okay, and the other one was 22, 15, and 10. Tyler?
I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts.
Okay, well, I didn't know that was Jalen Hurts because Caleb Williams had 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 3,500 yards.
Hey, Williams out there hooping.
Hey,
now I watched him play a few times.
Now here's a curveball, right? Caleb Williams started 17 games. Drake May started 6.
Sheesh. Damn, that's actually not too bad for 6 games. He got cut down on interceptions, but that's also because of the lack of weapons he had.
Hey, if he would have started out 17, he probably been 20s.
That's what I'm saying. He probably would have been in the 20s.
30 times, 20 interceptions.
I could see the Browns going.
10 interceptions as a rookie isn't too bad.
I can see the Browns going Genty, but I think quarterback just makes too much more sense. It's a 2 quarter. There's only the top 2 quarterbacks. No matter how we feel about Shador, he's still the second best quarterback in the draft. If it's Dart, it will blow my mind.
Yeah.
But it's got to be Genty or Shador.
It's a Miles Graham.
I about to say they do need interior D-line. They got
Miles Graham compared with Myles Garrett. I see.
I can see that.
Could be corner because they do need corner help too.
But corner right now.
But if this was Mark,
they only got Denzel Ward.
If I know Mark, well, duh, he's still the top corner. But if I know Mark, he'd probably go safety or something. Because I've been watching the way Mark has been taking defense, and I kind of respect what you're saying in a game of Madden, but like in this situation, quarterback. Giants don't really need a quarterback, but I
don't know. They still don't want to move on from Deshaun Watson because they got to pay him. They already got him too much invested in him.
And they brought in Joe Flacco back.
And they got Kenny Pickett too.
Exactly. So they might just be seeing who wins. Oh my, that's wild. Oh, that's a wild pick.
Who they pick?
They picked Mason Graham.
Big build that D-line.
Mason Graham went.
Build that D-line. The defense wins championships.
I'm blown.
I called it.
Hey, I'm blown. I'm blown right now, bro. Mason Graham went where I said he would go, but
just to a different team, just like Tyler said. Exactly. The pick's been right, just different teams. It's happening.
Now the Raiders.
The first 5.
The Raiders are going against. That's not even a question.
Jaguars and Cleveland get flipped on us.
Mark, you can't.
This is where we see This is when the draft actually starts.
Yeah.
Okay, so
everything top 5 was already guaranteed.
Now, Mark, you said that the Raiders. You said yourself that the Raiders. You picked a safety. I don't even know why you say Gentry because during your.
I went Will Johnson with the Raiders. I drafted them with all-pro corner. I feel like he's gonna be all-pro.
He said a safety or corner.
No, he took.
I thought I went a corner.
Yeah, he might have went corner. And the Jets.
I said that, but from what I've been seeing in the news and all that, they going Gentry.
It makes too much. I said that last week, but you're like, nah, it makes no sense. Why would you not take the best running back?
I didn't say it didn't make sense, but I'm a person that I'm gonna build the defense first always.
But you can't pass on a blue chip player. Mason Graham is a blue chip. Gentry's a blue chip. Mimbu's a blue chip.
I mean, he's top 10. Of course, all top 10 picks are gonna be considered blue chip.
Not fair. Not true. Now because of what the Browns did, I'm hell bent that they're trading up for Sanders at the end. If he
they
makes
would,
it down
I feel like.
But
if they had a good receiver like in the draft, they probably would have won receiver.
I'm watching Pittsburgh.
If Sanders, okay.
You said what?
Okay. If Sanders get past, if no quarterback get drafted, but after the Saints, Sanders going second round.
I could.
They've been having a lot of stuff talking about him going to Pittsburgh and stuff in his life, man.
Pittsburgh can't.
Like Pittsburgh going to Dart. I think Dart going to Pittsburgh.
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough for me right now.
Mark, sound like you sound like you came back around on Sanders when you were talking about you sound like you're talking yourself into it.
I mean, I'm just preparing for all outcomes because like I said, I went and watched this film, watched the games and everything. Like I said, he's not too bad, but he can learn to push the ball down the field more. He doesn't have like a super strong arm I like.
That's a fact.
Just because I like it don't mean it's the best. He makes good decisions. Even though it's not consistent, you can see decision making when you see it, you know?
That's true. Now, the only reason I got on you was saying he was the worst player. You didn't have to take him. You could have picked anybody.
I mean, but we saying worst player, it's hard to say the worst player because we could just go with someone that's predicted to go in the 7th round or something.
Exactly.
I was saying for
Mark, that's exactly what I've been saying. That's exactly what my point was.
I mean, I don't know any 7th rounders like that.
Brock Purdy?
No, I'm talking about like in this draft, like anybody that's going in the 7th round. I mean, kickers don't even get drafted anymore.
Okay, so peep this, right? We don't know how the quarterback position would have shook up, but we know how it is right now. If you'd said Matthew Golden, I could understand that, but that seems like a terrible pick. Well, now knowing that George Pickens is on the trading block, who knows?
I don't believe that. Our GM literally just said we are planning on re-signing him. We want him and DK. Our GM gave us a little blueprint of what he's trying to do. He said, you need 2 wide receivers to have success in this league. And we got our 2 now. If he got rid of him and drafted someone, maybe I can go with it. But I don't want to get rid of GP. Nah, you can't let him go like that.
Man,
come on, man. I was showing the fans, man. Show the pick. Ugh. The Raiders fan looking kind of rough.
No, they must have been a quarterback then.
What? Ooh, hold on now.
If they look at
what? You need a quarterback.
Well, they got Geno, and Geno don't do so hot without a running game.
You need a running game.
Well, he needs
one. Geno over there.
Pete Carroll is known for running the ball. So when Mark swayed me last week when he said
Hold up. There we go.
Vegas Raiders select Ashton Gentry, running back.
So far, everybody right. Everybody right so far.
Shocker.
They better build that line. They still need a right tackle and a center.
Well, you weren't taking either one. Well, you could have took Mimbu, but they weren't going center in the first round.
Like you said, he ain't worth it right now. That'll be a reach.
Unless Matt Patricia's on the coaching staff. Matt
Patricia, you probably one of the worst coaches I ever seen.
That cat took
Caldwell, who took him to the playoffs, man.
Now watch the Jets take Mimbu.
Oh yeah, the Jets going O-line for a fact because they got their quarterback. They got their little bridge quarterback right now.
I don't know why they would go Ted, but Warren makes sense.
You
Yeah,
gotta,
they do tight
you
end.
gotta protect. Dr. Fields is a good quarterback. You just gotta protect him.
And give him some options. Give him someone to throw the
He
ball.
didn't have it-
They got
he didn't have
Garrett.
it in
They
the
have
end.
Garrett.
Yeah. They got receivers. They got some decent little receivers after Garrett.
They got
too.
a receiver other than Garrett. Who they got?
Well, no, they actually let Denzel go.
You want to? You know what?
Hang on, let me
No,
go look
the
before I
Jets-
say it though.
The Jets might take Tyler Warren.
I can see that.
Or Membu, like Pat said.
The Jets might take Tyler Warren. The Jets see potential. They don't see need when they draft.
Well, while we wait for the next pick, today's podcast is sponsored by Better Try Again. Life is too short to allow your past trauma to keep your future present from you. This is the very first therapy hotline where you can fax your therapist. Feeling down? Better try again. Feeling desperate? Better try again. Feeling depressed? Better try again. Or if you just need to talk to somebody, because some of us just need to talk to somebody, better try again. It's never too late to shake up your graveyard and exercise your demons. Fax your therapist anytime you need them. If you're not home or in office, don't worry. Better Try Again has your back. You can also reach your therapist through carrier pigeon. So go ahead and fax them over today at 555-5555-5 and use discount code LFABOI. Again, that's discount code LAFBOI. And tell them 21 Skunk Podcast sent you. All right, so okay, so remember the Panthers, they missed out on Williams.
Yeah.
So and Mason Graham is off the field. They might go that D line from Ole Miss, or they could go safety. Or matter of fact, they could also go Will Johnson. Or that's his name, right? Will Johnson.
Yeah, I saw that too, but I don't know. I don't know what direction the Panthers gonna go in because they got a lot of holes to fill. No homo.
So did the Jaguars, but look at them. They said F all that. They said F all. No, don't get me wrong. Remember, the Jags made quite a bit of moves, but they still got a lot of holes. And if they're really looking at it like, and if I know Carlos, he gonna be like, well, you don't know, he can play perfectly fine both ways. He gonna be the MVP. I'm gonna tell you, you wild, and it could happen though.
It said it could happen.
Hey man.
I mean, you never know, obviously, yeah, but I doubt that.
He's gonna find out the hard way. He got to get on. He'll get offense, and he has to cover Brian Thomas Jr. And he got to get on defense. And he got to get on offense, and he has to beat out, I guess, nobody because he's the corner.
Yeah, but he got to go guard at number one. That ain't gonna be easy.
Hey, hold on, y'all, boy. I'll be back.
I got you. I want to say, shout out to George Crumb.
Who's that?
I'm glad you asked. George Crumb, no pun intended, developed the very first potato chip.
What?
Black fact. George Crumb
The GOAT.
developed the very first potato chip. And then Laves was like, give me that, nigga. And now look at us. Black fact.
I like that though. I ain't know that. And I ain't even hear about him. He don't even get credit for it.
Well, a lot of time, there's so many chips out there, but just the very first potato chip. One of them niggers sliced some potatoes up thin, threw it in grease.
Negro.
One of them niggers. All right, so this happened a few weeks ago. This happened a few weeks ago, but I didn't have a chance to talk about it. Kodak Black paid rent for 200 residents in his hood. Golden Acres, what it is, it really ain't. Projects for the second month in the row. and he didn't want the limelight. So Kodak Black paid 200 residents in his old hoods rent. I believe he also tried to give them. I remember a few years back, the city got onto him about giving his old hood ACs. Yo, I just seen Rudolph the Black-Nosed Reindeer.
Wait, what?
This dude had an electric cigarette and he walking by smoking it and it lit up red. I'm like, what in the what? This nigga walked by.
Gotta get his nicotine in one way or another.
Hey, and this nigga walked by so cool and that been lit up. I'm like, what? Like he had. Come on, bro. Kodak don't get enough love for showing back, but the people who gotta put it on camera, they really ain't bought it. So I respect to him, man.
Yeah. He ain't want no clout for. He was just trying to do it just to do it.
True. Now another fact, along with octopuses having 9 brains from a few weeks ago, they also have 3 hearts. Octopuses have 9 brains, 3 hearts, and blue blood.
So they're hard to kill, pretty much is what I'm hearing.
Now I don't know if once it hits air, like the blood changes, but our blood is blue until it hit air.
Yeah, I heard that. I never thought about that until you said that again. I heard that as a kid, actually.
So there's a lot of Crips out there who get mad when they bleed. Hello.
I can't even know about the steak.
Woo! Don't want to laugh at it. I got you. Somebody like, what up?
Nah, I ain't trying to get it. Oh, Jets pick is in. About time, dang.
I'm guessing Mimbu.
Yeah. Either O-line or a corner.
They got a corner, but they want to add another corner. That makes sense. And they got a receiver. They could go add another receiver as well. They got a defensive head coach. They could go Warren. They don't have no tight end that I know of. And Warren is the best tight end in the draft.
Yeah.
Alright, so check this out, right? So there is a plant that will kill you, but it will make you smile upon death. It's called the smiling death. It's called the hemlock water dropwort. It's a dangerous plant in Europe and Asia with a unique trait of causing victims to die with a smile.
They got it.
Hey, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. They took him. So the Jets took Armand Mimbu.
They went on live.
All I picked their head.
Man, who had the Jets last year? And I said Mimbu, but they're like, no, they're gonna go safety. But I believe it was Mark, because Mark took a bunch of defensive players.
I didn't have the Jets pick.
I think it was me till I thought about it.
I definitely wasn't me. I was hell bent because they lost.
I had the Raiders pick.
Their right tackle went to the Patriots and Morgan Moses. So I'm like, they needed a. They needed
Panthers already made their pick.
Yeah, no, it's in. The Saints are on the clock right now.
The Saints.
Yeah,
who the Panthers pick?
I don't know yet, but they're on the clock. They're just waiting to announce it. They're being so dramatic, bro.
Oh, okay. Just tell us, man. Nobody got time for all the games.
That's why I was like, let's go at 9 o'clock because for a minute, I guess they changed the time. I don't know when because it used to be 15 minutes long, and now it's down to 10 minutes.
10 minutes. It's because the first round gonna be quicker. They want first round quicker.
Who is? Because they're trying to specialize for TV, but ain't nobody staying up that late, bro. Like we got jobs, bro. We got a life.
After my team pick, I'm out. After that, I don't know why. I'm not saying this today, but I'm saying like usually that's how I go.
All right, so I got this wild theory while we're waiting on the Panthers pick to come in, right?
What's that?
Who's seen Die Hard?
Which one?
Any of them?
I don't.
Okay. So this is the Carl Winslow theory. All right. Carl Winslow theory is a popular fan theory that's just that the character A.I. Powell from the movie Die Hard, remember he was a cop in Die Hard, actually a different version of Carl Winslow from the sitcom Family Matters. The theory proposes that Carl feels guilty over a accidental shooting of Steve Urkel, who later became a character in Family Matters. So, he creates an alternative reality to escape the pain of killing an innocent kid. Hence the phrase in Family Matters, did I do that? Did I do that? So it's just so a lot like Gohan and the Great Saiyaman vibe. He's just coping.
But that's dumb because the whole family doing the damn.
Well, okay. So apparently he had no family in as Die Hard. So I guess he broke down and went to a mental institute and to break away from the pain he ended up creating a family for himself. So so in this theory, the police officer from Family Matters accidentally killed and shoots and kills a young man named Steve Urkel, who later became a reoccurring. Whoa, really? I didn't know that. So the kid he killed name was Steve Urkel, who later became the reoccurring character in Family Matters. This event causes him immense guilt and physical distress, creating an alternative reality to cope with his guilt. Carl creates a new life and identity in an alternative reality, becoming AI Powell in Die Hard. He relocates to Los Angeles, changes his name, and works as a police officer. I guess we now know what happens to those predictabilities. Hello! Woo! I didn't know I was going to get any of this stuff off, because I thought the draft would be so inciting, but like really, it's really just the conflict between me and Carlos, and now.
It sucks, man. So far, we didn't get that shock yet, like surprise shock yet.
We did. It was a Jags.
Yeah, but
if you mean like that one player nobody thought was going there, well, we haven't got that yet.
Like, I'm waiting for, like, oh yeah, Shedeur Shannon second round. Oh, Jackson Dart ninth pick.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So we don't. I don't care what they say. Sanders isn't making another first round, and Pittsburgh, he's not making it past Pittsburgh. That's a fact. And I gave him to the 49ers as a wild pick last week because they're not going to pay Purdy. And I'm gonna stand. That could be one. Think about Shedeur in California in a Shanahan office. Accurate, great processor. They already have a ready-built team. So if Purdy was smart, he would have signed. But he want that big money, which he should want. But how many teams actually made the Super Bowl after getting big money? Like Patrick Mahomes reconstructs his contract like every year, damn near.
But that's different with Pat Mahomes.
Your window.
That's quarterback.
The 49ers window is like right there. So why take a chance on a quarterback that sets you back a couple years?
Well, Dak got paid, and that's when they started going downhill. I've always been one of those. You don't got to pay them the most. I want as a human, I want you to make the most. But as a GM, it's like you can't make the most, bro. You got to. It's a team game. Unless you carry the team like Pat Mahomes, and every year Pat Mahomes carries them to the Super Bowl, he doesn't win it by himself.
It's a team sport. Nobody's gonna win it by themselves. I don't know why teams don't get that.
Chiefs turned into the Patriots, where they built the defense up so strong and let Patrick carry the offense.
He had the referees too.
Actually, I think.
Oh, it was T-Mac.
Oh, that's what. Didn't I gave him that last week, didn't I?
Yeah.
Dang, they really went receiver. They do.
That's wild. I would have went Golden.
They did draft the receiver last year.
So what? I told you he only had one productive year.
Like
he only had one productive season in college. Okay,
that was dumb.
Okay, so
Carolina.
I thought
boys.
Everybody said the Panthers. That Tet was going into the second round the way he followed. So if I had to guess, for the Bears, that's gonna be really hard. The two best tackles are gone. There's plenty of D-line players, and unless you want Marion Hampton at 10, I don't see that. Warren could go at 10.
Safety
Could also go. Oh, the Saints pick should be in soon because the Bears are on the clock.
I see. Nah, I ain't gonna call him that.
All right, so while I figured that they were going to go receiver because remember they traded for the Pittsburgh receiver and he just had a bunch going on. But I do like them going receiver. Give your quarterback a weapon.
Nah, you always gotta help the QB out, give him some line help and stuff, and receiver help. You need someone to throw to.
I mean, I still would have went Golden over him, but he's
1000%.
not doing. They say
This
he's
dude is slow.
They say he's just another N'Keal Harry, but we'll see.
I was gonna call him Kelvin White, but I ain't even gonna try him like that.
Kevin White.
Ooh,
Kevin White flopped out too, same way.
Exactly. Hey, I thought Kevin White was gonna be the truth.
Big and slow. That don't go together.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can't be big and slow in the NFL. They're gonna look at you like, what?
So one problem I think I see with those kind of receivers is if they're the go-to guy, number one, they always seem to flame out. If they're like 2 or 3, but why would you take somebody who's 2 or 3 in the first round like that? But it happens.
I'm trying to think of the last 6 receiver that was actually like consistently good. There's Alshon Jeffrey.
Yep, he was good. He went to the Super Bowl and dropped the game winning. No, he dropped something.
He dropped that playoff pass against the Saints. I remember it.
Yeah, and
when it was on 4th down, he dropped it and Marshawn Lattimore picked it.
Coach gave him a hug. Was like, "It's okay, son. You win some."
Who else was a big receiver that was good?
Hey, are you coming down, Mark? Anquan Bolden was physical. He was so physical, and he had a dominant. Yeah. His rookie season was legendary.
Yeah, and he was a great jump ball receiver too. And after the catch,
he was exactly. You can't. Those type of guys are. You can't. He was just too physical.
Anquan Bolden was built different though.
But then he went
slow. He ain't the fast, but he ain't slow.
I don't know, man, because when he went to the Raiders, boy, Joe Flacco was hitting them passes so smooth, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. But you remember how playoff Joe used to get. Playoff Joe Flacco used to not play around.
Man, true.
Yeah, I'll never take that from him.
Hey, y'all heard about the Rugrats theory?
Oh Lord, that one breaks my heart.
About Stu?
I don't know. What about Stu? Before I go into it, Stu.
His family died. The coat. That's why he always make inventions to coat. He make kids toys to coat. And Chucky, Tommy is a figment of his imagination. Because most of the episodes you don't see Stu play with Tommy.
Hey champ. Hey, when he in Rugrats the movie, there was so many sad parts. As an adult, I do look back as a fond memory because we grew up on that. So every now and again I tear up a little bit. But when he gave Tommy that watch, and was like, bruh, sometimes it's a job of a big brother to look out for a little brother. Touch my heart, bruh. Touch my heart. But go ahead, bruh. So go ahead with the theory.
Really?
Or is that it?
Yeah, that Tommy is dead. Tommy was a stillborn child or something.
I'm gonna tell you the theory. Don't look it up.
I'm not looking it up. Tell me.
All right, let's get to it. So the Rugrats theories, for those who grew up on the Rugs, not you suckers who get that remake now with like the gender conforming and even though Rugrats was really liberal because they had the working mom, the working dad, they had the career driven wife. So it's always been that, even from the 90s coming up. But check this out, right? The Rugrats were really a figment of Angelica's imagination. Chucky died in 1986 along with his mother. That's why Chaz is a nervous wreck all the time. Tommy was born in 1988, but was a stillborn. That's why Stu is constantly in the basement making toys for the son who never had a chance to live. Damn. The DeVilles had an abortion in 1990, which is wild, makes sense because mom was a super feminist. Angelica couldn't figure whether the child would have been a boy or a girl, thus creating twins.
Not surprising.
Exactly. That's not.
It's crying.
Okay, so
crying like crazy. I feel you though. You just became a millionaire.
I didn't know Kevin Banks was gonna go in the top 10, so that's a first. And they still have no quarterback.
I'm telling you, they said they riding with Spencer Rattler. That's what they've been saying, bro. I don't know why, but that's what they saying.
Bears pick. So Calvin Banks goes number 9. That's a different one. Ted was another one. So the Bears is on the clock. No, the Bears pick is in. Now the 49ers are on the clock. So I don't know who their pick is yet.
All right. It's just on the Bears on the clock for me now. They just got them. It's like you said, they probably just doing it for entertainment purposes. Oh, never mind. They just said it. Now the pick is in.
Mm-hmm.
So what they think that's fast though?
Well, I'm looking at the NFL app.
Hey, if Will Johnson fall down to Pittsburgh, we got to make that move.
You wild as hell.
We got to make that move.
Will Johnson get past Tampa.
We'll see. I don't think he's gonna make it that far either, but we'll see.
He won't get past. Yeah, you're right. He wouldn't get past the Tampa. Y'all do need a cornerback too.
All right. So while we're waiting on the Bears to F our day up with taking Warren, because they don't have no tight end, and they do got a young quarterback. So as for all grown up, the teenage Angelica became addicted to various of narcotics, with further aggravated her I don't know how to say this. SCHIZOPHRENIA.
Schizophrenia?
Schizophrenia? I didn't know. Oh, what? What the hell? I'll say that. Oh, man. I know what schizophrenia is. So this brought her back to her childhood and creation she obsessed over. Because of the time that had passed between the present and the last time she interacted with her delusions, she made them older. Angelica was constantly taking hits of acid, so that she would never hit.
What the hell?
Oh Lord! So that she would never have to live without them. To her, they were the only company in a judgmental world.
Come on, man.
Who is these girls they got up here? Like, bro, get to the game. Like, what we doing? Talk about the draft pick. Don't worry about no. Come on, huh?
Yeah, we make women more to enter for football now.
They are.
They need to chill out. Let them be what they want.
They can go. They don't. That's what it is. Just like all those feminist women who be on ESPN want to talk about NBA, but they don't want to go cover the WNBA. Support women, but go on over there and support the WNBA then, sucker. I wouldn't know if they over there, but they always come in hours. But check this out. So Angelica's mom actually died of a heroin overdose in 1982, just after Angelica was born. Drew, in his depression, married a gold-digging whore.
Jesus Christ, they got quick.
I could have subbed it out for something else, but y'all get the idea. A thotty.
Hey, y'all not trying to tell me the twins' mother wasn't gay?
She had a weak husband. She was just a feminist, bro. She was a gopher. She had the sweatband. She was. I mean, I could see her pegging her husband. He was weak. He went along with everything she said. Well, Stu, like she was out of the family. She was the vocal one. Like you got both sides of Drew and the mom, but you didn't really get both sides. Like, I don't even think they trusted him to watch the babies, bro. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it's an episode. I mean, episode. The mama watching sports while the dad cooking.
Dang.
I'm not now.
Got him burnt out.
Now, I feel like he watched the twins, but I don't think he ever watched all the babies at once. I don't think they trust that nigga. All right, so other than Drew in his depression marrying a gold-digging thought, he had lost his mind after the death of his wife and was in denial that she was ever a prostitute. Angelica idolized her because she fooled herself into thinking she was a real mom. But she always had a concept of her real mom, Cynthia. The Barbie doll she was attached to was fashioned in the woman's image with an unwashed orange dress and jacked up her. Yeah, Cynthia did have the whole missing part, bro. Cynthia! You baby! Alright, so Later in life, she followed in her mother's footsteps with drugs, dying of an overdose at the age of 13. Oh, that's wild. And when All Grown Up was canceled. And the Bears pick still ain't in after all of that.
Bro, what are they doing? This and all right, RIP to this guy, bro. Come on, bro. RIP to him for real though, but like, bro, y'all could have did this before they picked.
Who is it?
Steve McMichael had passed away. They could have did all this before, like they picked. Like,
Who is that?
I was about to say the same thing, but I guess it'd be disrespectful if I asked it the way I was gonna ask it.
Teammates and closest friends. Walter Payton.
bro, we get Walter Payton to go. Come on, man.
Alright, so the only Rugrat not to be fictional was unborn Tommy's brother's Dill. However, Angelica didn't know the difference between Dill and her creations, although Dill didn't follow her commands. After endless crying and refusal to disappear like the others did. Oh, damn. Mel, this is messing me up. I gotta stop and pause. Like, come on, bro. Like, so Dill was the only baby in her imagination that just wouldn't stop her. I bet he was. So Dill didn't follow her commands. After endless crying and refusal to disappear like the others did, Angelica was angry with him. She hit him due to his.
They went close to love.
So she hit him due to this. He sustained a brain hemorrhage, which resulted in a deformation. My fault. Okay, let's try this again.
Over Tyler Warren.
Like, whoa.
So they went Cortland Loveland. Up there's your wild pick. Cortland Loveland to the Bears.
Over Tyler Warren.
Hey, okay.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't. Cause some people like to do that. That's like when I was taking I would take Golden over a McMillan. I would though, but some teams just do that. So the Niners pick is in. Cowboys on the clock. Alright, so after endless crying and refusal to disappear like the others did, Angelica was angry with them. She hit him. Due to this, he sustained a brain hemorrhage, which resulted in deformation. As he grew up, his damage only became more evident, and by the time he was 9 and all grown up, he lived as an outcast, ridiculed for his weirdness. Why they coming to my boy Dill like that, bruh? She used to beat Dill, bruh. Angelica be snapping, bruh.
Man, the only record I cared about was Chucky.
The Chuckaroo. Yo, Chuck is a dog.
The only one.
He was the G.
Like, he had no mother growing up. Dad got a little Chinese there.
Scared of everything. He really went to the Philippines, bro.
You go. Hey, he low key did though.
No, They obviously they met in France, but he got him a little Asian thotty. He did his thing. Chucky was scared of everything, but he would try to talk Tommy out of everything. But Chuck turned around and went 10 toes down. Like Phil would be like, "I got y'all back, bro." But like, if it ain't really about Lil, he ain't snapping and jumping. But Chuck was on. All right, so the immense guilt over. Okay, so. After living as an outcast and all grown up for his weirdness, the immense guilt over this is what led Angelica to her drugs use and to uncreate the Rugrats briefly. So she tried to get rid of them because Dill didn't want to fall in line. She couldn't hit the go home Roger until her experience with hallucinogens. On a trip to Paris, oh, this is funny. On a trip to Paris to find love, Chaz married a woman named Kira. He was actually going to marry a different woman named Coco, but she just wanted him for his money. Kira had a daughter named. Whoa! What is this just going down the theory of or they talk about the show now? The second half of the show, because second half of Rugrats wasn't as good as first, but it was still good. But she never wanted the money. It was torn from her because she was. Okay, all right. So it's not going the way I thought it was gonna go. All right, so he was okay. So he actually was going to marry a different woman named Coco, but she wanted him for his money. Kira had a daughter named Kimmy that was torn from her because she was a cocaine addict. Angelica imagined her from Kira's stories upon. Oh, that's wild, bruh. Kimmy, bruh. Kimmy was hey, when Kimmy came in, Kimmy became a ride or die as well.
Did Tom hook up with Kimmy
I can see that.
when they got older?
I don't know, but I can see it.
Don't okay. Every homeboy knocked off their homeboy sister.
That's wild. We ain't playing that.
Right or wrong?
In the shows, it seemed like that. Cause you around them, you around each other all the time.
Real life too.
I wouldn't
Real
know.
life too.
I had a homeboy whose sister had a little crush on me, but I'd be like, I just stay away from that.
Hey, if you
Yeah.
see her now, hey,
She not ugly. I just listen. I plead the fifth.
for friendship.
No,
Friendship. This what we got.
to be fair,
We got yams. I want some.
now let's be fair. If a sister was fine enough, I could get it. But I'm gonna get back to my story because I don't want to go down that hole. Alright, so upon returning to America, Chaz and Kira got engaged and she got her green card. It was actually a really happy and romantic story. Kira continuously struggled with addiction but was relatively happy with her life with Chaz. Susie was actually Angelica's only friend. So it took a black one to be like, baby. So Tommy did what today? Okay. Alright, so Susie was actually Angelica's only friend. She entertained the thought of Angelica's creations for the girl's sake. She later became a psychologist and teamed up with Nickelodeon to make the Rugrats. When Angelica died of the overdose, Susie helped arrange her funeral. Angelica spent the last days of her life in the back of the school. What in the world? I would need to see what Angelica actually looked like. If she was a real person, yeah, I want to see what she actually looked like. 49ers still ain't made their pick.
You got that commercial, man.
All right. So after Susie helped arrange the funeral for Angelica, Angelica spent the last days of her life in the back of the school cafeteria, imagining friends around her and playing with the lives of her creations. Man, we all done had an imaginary world, and there was those kids who took it to the extreme, bruh. So what you laughing at, bro? I can't hear you. Oh, what that sucker say?
Okay. When they drafted Travis Hunter, I tried to FaceTime him. So he texted me, "Oh, my fault, bro. I almost passed out. I got who I wanted."
That's funny.
Wow. Do the clown. He said, I almost passed out.
So I said, call Pat and go off for that.
Wait, what? You said what?
I told him to call you and go off. He's like, nah, he goes to the high road.
Get out of here, bro. Alright, so Mark posed a question a few weeks ago on who would he take for a one drive, one game when it comes to coming back for the.
Besides the obvious Tom Brady, don't put Tom Brady in this.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Matt Ryan, Matthew Stafford, Drew Brees, Johnny Unitas, Dan Marino, Russell Wilson, John Elway are the top 10. Philip Rivers is 11. So Brady had 46, Peyton had 43, Big Ben had 41, Matt Ryan had 38.
Oh,
That's a good pick for the 49ers right there.
I could see that. Didn't I give him that? Didn't I give them? So the 49ers took Michael Williams.
Okay. Okay, chill. Will Johnson might be in play for Tampa.
Stop it, bro.
Hey,
Actually,
that'll be a good pick.
the Dolphins.
That's a good pick if you go to Tampa.
The Dolphins need a corner too.
They do.
And Warren is just like.
That was picking yet, Pat.
No, they're on the clock though.
Okay.
Their picks not even.
They going wide receiver. They might go Matthew Golden.
Yeah, I can see that. Mark called it. If he goes, I love that. I love that cat. But we'll see.
He's from Texas.
That don't make him a guarantee, but they do need receiver help.
Yeah, but I'm saying
They also need receiver help and a running back.
No, Miami might go safety.
I can see that. They also need tight end.
Javon Holland went to the New York to the Giants, so they might go Malachi Starks.
I can see that. All right. So Matt Ryan and Matthew Stafford has the same comebacks, and Matthew Stafford is still in the league, and they're tied for fourth with 38 comebacks, fourth quarter comebacks. What y'all taking?
Are we including all of them? Because if you got to include,
I don't know what the obvious person. It's Tom Brady.
Yeah, you got to go Brady number one.
One Thomas Brady, of course. I don't know where Mahomes falls in this as of right now.
I ain't gonna lie, he's 2 or 3 to me because you know he gonna get it done. He one of them. You know he gonna get it done.
Cowboys picks in, Dolphins are on the clock.
Okay. Thank God that Cowboys didn't take too long.
Well, they only got 10 minutes in.
Come on.
If they're picks in, that means they didn't trade back. Matthew Golden's probably, bro, you praying, bro?
If we could get Will Johnson, a lockdown corner.
Stop it. Patriots gonna trade up. They're gonna trade up.
He said you won't trade up.
If I can trade up, I swear to God.
All right, so
and they might want to hold.
That's deep. Hey, so you wow. Hey, so who y'all taking? Obviously, if you can't take Tom Brady, I would go. If I had to pick one, you would say Peyton Manning because I don't know. I
didn't pick guard Tyler Booker.
Huh?
They went guard.
That's wild.
He's dropping. He's dropping to the Buccaneers.
Hey, he's turned.
He is dropping to the Buccaneers. Will Johnson.
That's a top 10 prospect.
Ready.
They ain't give him a receiver. What are you doing, Jerry?
Cowboys took guard
and red.
You know Jerry gonna get a lot.
I mean, to be fair, they do got good. They got good history with draft the whole line.
The guard. So Tyler Booker is the guard, taking number 12 overall for the Cowboys. You know what? I respect it for building their line. I get that. But you still have no running back, and it's a deep class. It's a deep class. So where's Golden gonna fall then? What y'all think? Could it be the Dolphins?
Man.
Could it be the Dolphins?
It could be the Dolphins.
There's not enough. They
better not leave him go to
if they draft Matthew Golden, they're gonna trade Tyreek Hill.
I believe it. I believe it. Now,
I agree.
I believe I gave the Dolphins a guard, right?
Yeah, I did too. I gave him a safety a guard. Oh shit!
It's getting spicy.
It's getting spicy, boy.
Hey, he said he won't win. That's all he worried about. He worried about getting that Flint motherfucker.
Atlanta. If he get past Atlanta,
y'all good.
Nah, Atlanta going past. He get past Arizona.
I be forgetting about Arizona. You right, bro. Arizona do need corner.
If he get past Arizona, damn.
Smooth sellers.
All right, so to y'all, is Patrick Peterson a Hall of Famer?
Yeah. Pat Pete.
571 solo tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 36 INTs. He's a shutdown, so he wouldn't have a lot of INTs anyway.
How many All Pros?
He's got to have at least 2, right?
That I don't think I have that information, and I should have. That's something I should have went and got.
Is it like to watch your son realize his dreams?
Hell no.
I believe if he got 4, he's a Hall of Famer. So somebody look it up real quick.
I can't put him as a Hall of Famer.
All right, so he
Is
played.
that the case?
Oh, let me look it up. Hang on.
He played 10
Is that the
years.
case?
He played 10 years. No, he played more than 10 years in the NFL.
Dang, this man got 8 Pro Bowlers. Let me see how many All Pros. He's got 3 All Pros.
I'm not gonna lie. He sounds like he beat out Prince of Mukamara. That's for sure.
Oh, I remember they were talking about who's better.
I can't give it to him.
You don't think Pat P Hall of Fame?
Without that 4th
Can't give it to
one,
him.
he's borderline.
I can't give it to him.
Without
I
that
mean,
4th,
he was the best corner in the game for like at least. Well, I ain't gonna say best because Richard Sherman emerged early in his career, but
they're in the same
I'll say
range.
he was a top 3 corner.
No, it was 3. It was 3 of them at that time. It was him,
Revis.
Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden was in that same.
Joe
era.
Hayden was good too. Cleveland wasted his prime. As per usual, Cleveland wasted that man prime.
Funny how Joe Hayden and Patrick Peterson both made their way to Pittsburgh.
Man, all we needed was Joe Thomas to do it, but he just retired.
The tackle?
Yeah, he retired. What was it, 2016, 17?
Why would he go to Pittsburgh?
Because that's when we needed tackle help. Because Marcus Gilbert always stayed hurt. But I mean, plus that's when we had the Killer Bees. He could have came to Pittsburgh, got a little wins and stuff.
Dolphins picks in, Colts on the clock.
Question. Being an All-Pro make you a Hall of Famer?
No.
If you do it multiple times,
I say 4.
Let me kill this theory right now. We all can agree Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer, right?
borderline.
Who take borderline?
I say he borderline.
As a troll, no, he is not.
Dang.
He's not even fit to be a water boy to the Hall of Fame.
Nah, that's just trolling.
Matter of fact, he was tasked to bring Capri Suns for game day. But how many All Pros does he have?
No All Pro.
No. Can't give it to him.
No All Pros.
I'm not. I can't do it then. He will be, but I can't give it to him.
But he got to all the seasons with 1,000 yards. That goes for something to me. It do, but
so what?
It's just that there was always at least 5 receivers better than him to me. I could be wrong.
He's always been the number. Well, every team has a number one in some capacity.
Yeah.
But every team always had the same quarterback for the
Not every.
Devontae Allen had Aaron Rodgers the whole year. Megatron had Sam Bradford his whole year.
Nah, he didn't have Stafford his whole life. He said Bradford.
Bradford. Sam Bradford. I can see it.
Stafford.
You said Stafford?
It's Stafford. You
Not
said
Stafford.
Bradford. You said Bradford. Stafford.
That quarterback.
That's because you
Same
just being delusional. You're just being delusional about Mike Evans.
Antonio Brown always had Big Ben.
Not always, but he did. He had Tom Brady for a period.
He had Brady out of his down year.
True.
The CTE year.
The CTE year happened when he got paid. That's when it kicked in the high regard.
Who else? Tyreek, nah.
Tyreek Hill, Alex Smith was hooping.
Yep.
And he
He
got
wasn't
Pat Mahomes.
That's not Alex Smith wasn't a scrub his whole career. He got to the Chiefs.
Nah, he wasn't trash. He was about a good
He's the first
plus B minus quarterback.
for a reason.
Super conservative. I like that though. He won't throw picks.
Dramatically different than Mahomes came out, obviously.
Yeah, Mahomes elevated that team.
But this podcast is brought to you by Wishing a Nigga Would. Tyler, it sounds like you wishing a nigga would right now, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. But this podcast is brought to you by Wishing a Nigga Would. Alright, you feeling mad, sad, angry, happy, or suffer from anxiety? Yes, even you too could wish a nigga would. By wishing a nigga would, you could save your life or fuck your whole day up. But at the end of the day, it's all good in the hood. Unless you're a KKK member. Uncle Ruckus, Kanye West, Margaret Sanger. First off, Kanye West got a whole new thing going on. I
I'm about to say,
listen.
Kanye.
We got-